Welcome to Firearms of America. In today's review, we have another Adidas Outdoors product. And this is Adidas Outdoor Terrex Eastrail. Really, this is a trail running shoe. But if you check the link in the description below for Amazon, you will see that it's referred to as a hiking boot. Not sure if I agree with that. Trail running shoes, that's what I am gonna refer to these instead. So if you don't have time to watch the whole review, let me tell you, as a trail running shoe, I absolutely love it. If you love speed, if you like to run through the trails, if you need a good, comfortable, lightweight pair of shoes to run in, this is an excellent option. And at only $55 currently at Amazon, I think this is really one of the best trail running shoes that I have reviewed so far on this channel. So let's get into the details. As some of you already know, this is not a really just basic review of a shoe. This is specifically for my Ultimate Survival Boots section. And even though this is not a boot, would this be a good pair of shoes to have for your survival situation if something bad happened? War, natural disaster, and these are the shoes that you were wearing, or you had them in the house and you decided to put them on, and you had to leave your house, travel for extended periods of time, cover a lot of distance, get into all of these different survival situations, climbing, fighting, hunting, whatever really you need to do to survive. Would this be a good pair of shoes? So, how do we make the judgment? Well, we make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's get into it. Criteria number 1, of course, comfort level. And these are extremely comfortable. And there are a few factors that contribute to the comfort level of these shoes. The very first one, of course, is the weight. Now, if you are planning to run in something, well, you should be looking at something, shoe wear, that is at least under 20 ounce, because anything that is over 20 ounce, running gets pretty hard. And these are well over 20 ounce, 13.4, so you barely feel them on your feet. And how I do my testing for all of the shoes and boots that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run and then right after a 5-mile walk without any kind of stopping. Total wear time is usually between 7 and 8 hours. And like I said, these are absolutely awesome. I do love them for running. Very easy to run. 3 miles I covered without any problems. 5 miles a walk was like a walk in the park. Very comfortable, very lightweight. A few other factors that contribute to the comfort level are the flexibility of the outsole. As you can see, it is very flexible. It's very flexible, so you can easily run properly in these shoes without putting any stress on your ankles or on your knees. Another factor that contributes to the comfort is, of course, the inner sole. And I do like the inner sole. Let me take it out. Now, this is not any kind of special inner sole. This is just a basic inner sole that is used in a lot of Terrex boots and shoes. And as you can see, this is really just a little bit of foamy, same height throughout the whole thing. No extra padding nowhere. Really, nothing much going on. One thing I wanted to mention here, which is not usual, and I do kind of like it, is, as you can see, it's actually sticky on the other side. So what that helps with is whenever you have it in there, when you're wearing these shoes, is that this inner sole does not slide back and forth inside of the shoe. And I have seen that as an issue in a few boots that I reviewed on this channel. Not the case here at all, and really might be the reason because there is this sticky thing. Pretty good. Now, of course, the comfort level, we do have the padding here on the tongue. We do have some extra padding here on the sides. Pretty good. We do also have extra padding on the inside, on the top of the toe box, so your toes are not smashing into anything hard over here, which really, this isn't hard material, just synthetic. But you do have extra padding on the inside, so extra soft, and it kind of gives you that nice wraparound feeling around your foot. Overall, I do like the comfort level of the shoes. I would give them a very solid 9 out of 10. Let's move on to the criteria number 2, proofing and protection. So, number 1, of course, whenever it comes to protection, there isn't really much going on, obviously, because there isn't a taller shaft that gives you a protection your ankles. Nothing like that over here, obviously. Of course, nothing really on the toe. We do have this design going, a little bit of extra something, but still not much to protect you from the impact. And the same thing is on the heel. Not much of the protection. With all the no extra weight, right, with all the lightness, you do obviously sacrifice a lot of that protection. Keep that in mind. Now, whenever it comes to the waterproofing, these do actually feature the GORE-TEX lining, which is very surprising, to be honest. And really, whenever it comes to the shoes, I really don't see a lot of point in making them waterproof, because again, there isn't really a tall shaft in order to, you know, protect you here. But you do have a gusseted tongue over here, which is probably about, let me tell you exactly, 1, 2, so about 4.5 inches. So if you step in a puddle 4.5 inches deep, well, again, here you see you do have a little bit of a lower. Let's see how much it is over. Yeah, here it's only 3.5. So realistically, anything over 3 inches deep, whenever it comes to the water will get in, and there will be absolutely no point of the waterproofing. But maybe running through some light puddles might be useful to have waterproof boots. Okay, so done with the proofing and protection. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Now, whenever it comes to the quality, I always look at the Amazon reviews, and again, the link is in the description below. There are over 120 reviews, almost 5 stars, so people definitely do love this boot overall, comfort-wise and the quality-wise. Whenever it comes to the design features, I usually talk about the lacing system, and here I'm not a fan of the lacing system. You know, if you watched any of my other reviews, you know that I don't like these material imitation of hooks. I really like whenever it comes to the metal or plastic hooks, just, you know, or rings, not necessarily hooks, just to give you that easier slide through whenever you're lacing, basically, whenever you're tightening your boots, right? Here is not the case. It's harder, and the strings themselves are not round. They're sort of hybrid between round and flat. Really not a fan of the lacing system here. That's really probably one of the biggest complaints that I have about these shoes. Other than that, there isn't really much going on whenever it comes to the design features. The looks, you know me, I don't really talk about the looks. If you like the looks, it's really a personal preference. You like them, you like them. You don't, that's fine. Okay, so done with the criteria number 3, move on to the criteria number 4. Very interesting one, outsole traction stability. And this is like I said, it's very interesting. I have never seen an outsole like this. As you can see, this is not your regular rubber. This is more of a shiny, slippery rubber. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm saying slippery, but it gives you a very nice grip, especially on the flat surfaces. And you know, I test my shoes on a variety of different surfaces, starting from older asphalt, going into the new tarmac, and then I go on to the sand, dry sand, dry grass, wet grass, rocky road, trail surfaces, and I did some extra running in these shoes already on the trail that I usually go to. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love it. The comfort level, the lightness, the grip the outsole provides, I love it. And of course the flat surfaces. Now, one thing I wanted to mention about the flat surfaces whenever it comes to tile and marble, with this outsole, if you are planning to be stealth and be quiet, this is not the boot you want. This is not the shoe you want. Not the outsole. This is very loud on flat surfaces. Keep that in mind. It's almost like a DJ scratching on the tiles. Yeah. Nah, not a very good option for stealth. But other than that, I do love this outsole. Now, as you can see, it has a good balance between flatness and aggression. Decent amount of aggression, but at the same time, running through surfaces like sand, sandy surfaces in general, you do not sink in to the sand, and there is really no grooves on this outsole that get the sand stuck in them, which kind of messes up, first of all, your stability. It makes them more slippery, and also adds up some weight. One thing I do wish that Adidas implemented here, some ridges on the sides that can help with climbing the rope, climbing the tree. But overall, I think it is a pretty good outsole. Now let me see if the stack, because it does look like it is actually stacked a little bit in a way. We do have almost 1 inch here, and here, this is where we get a little bit more than an inch. So it is stacked just a tiny little bit, not to the point where it messes up your posture, and I do really like that. I don't like the, where there's extra stuff, extra height in the heel. Pointless. Okay, so done with that, let's move on to the criterion number 5, which is the temperature. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend this in anything cold because there's absolutely no protection from the cold. There is no insulation or anything like that, and these are shoes. These are not even boots. Okay, so done with that. But whenever it comes to the hot temperatures, Florida, absolutely perfect. And if you are familiar with GORE-TEX waterproofing, basically it's a special fancy membrane, and what it does is it provides waterproofing, but at the same time without sacrificing the breathability. And you can definitely feel it here. These shoes are very nice and breathable. After all this running in about 95 degrees weather, I did not overheat at all. Well, my feet did not overheat, so pretty good. Done with that, let's move on to the criterion number 6, which is the sizing. Now, with the sizing, I would say the shoes run a little bit small, so get them half a size bigger. And I always recommend getting half a size bigger whenever it comes to your trail running shoes or boots in general, and basically to give you a little bit of that extra space, especially if you need to go down the hill so that your toe is not smashing at the front of the toe box. Saves you from the extra unnecessary fatigue. But here, because they're running small, I recommend probably going the full size bigger. Keep that in mind. All right, criteria number 7, the balance of application. If this really was your last shoe that you put on, you were wearing it, something bad happened, would this be a good shoe to survive in? Well, I think it's a pretty good option, but it really depends on what kind of person you are. Do you like more of that protection and you're okay with extra weight that comes with that extra protection? Or are you like me that likes speed, mobility? You like to be fast. You like to be able to run fast, to climb fast, to fight fast. If you're the type of person, then you're gonna appreciate, definitely appreciate, because this shoes right here, they can handle a lot of different things, a lot of different terrains with this outsole. They can definitely handle you running. They do provide a lot of comfort. One thing I would recommend overall to make them even better, if you are buying them, first of all, go a size bigger so that you do have a half a size extra, right? Another thing I would recommend is replacing the strings just to make them a little bit more comfortable to tighten. And finally, sacrifice that sticky stuff on the bottom and replace the inner sole and get yourself something that offers a little bit more padding on the heel area, a little bit more something to protect you from the impact. Basically, whenever you're running, and let's say you're running more than 3 miles, more than 5 miles, getting tired, most of the times what happens is whenever you get tired while running, you start putting more stress on your heel, and that stress transfers to your ankles and your knees. And if you don't have something that takes on that impact, of course, not good for the knees, not good for the ankles. But overall, I do, like I said, this, out of all of the trail running shoes that I have reviewed on this channel, this is probably in the top 3. I do love it. Okay, the very last criterion, which is another plus, definitely positive one, to these shoes, is the price. And like I said in the beginning, they're only $55 currently on Amazon. The link is in the description below. I think it's a fantastic price for what you're getting, especially with GORE-TEX. I don't think I saw anything with GORE-TEX under $100, and this is well under under 100 bucks. It's $55. So yes, definitely pretty good price. And there are a few other color options available. They have very cool looking, which were not available whenever I was getting them, unfortunately. Would match my pants a little better. Black with orange stripes. These ones, pretty cool. They do have the kind of olive greenish color, the blue, more blue, the whole thing is blue. And then they have full black, which is pretty good option if you're considering them as your tactical trail running shoes, right? So overall, pretty good. Let me know, guys, in the comments below what you think about the shoes. Would you consider them as your trail running shoes? Would you consider them as your ultimate survival? Well, not boots, shoes in this case. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you have any requests for reviews, drop them in. I always look out for those, add them to my special to-do list. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. As always, this was Firearms of America, and I'll see you guys in the next video.